Well, blwyddyn newydd dda, Happy New Year, and welcome to the Mal and Johnny Show, the first one of 2023. And it seems as if it's been weeks. Well, it actually has been weeks, Johnny, because Christmas sort of got in the way of everything, didn't it?
Well, that's right. There's Christmas and New Year and all that. And then I had a cold and a cough, and you've been busy making records like they're going out of style.
I'm trying to catch up with all the wasted years. No, he was busy with all those.
You mustn't waste a day.
Yeah, you mustn't waste a day. Every day's got to be something special.
You know what? I made a resolution. I'm going to make the most of every day because the last couple of weeks, a lady who lives next door to me, right? She collapsed, right?
Right.
So her husband ran in, and there was nobody around, only me. So I go in, and she's flat on the floor, eyes wide open, not breathing.
Oh,
she's had a cardiac arrest. So I did CPR, pumped her chest, and blow me, she didn't come back to life.
Wow, well done, Johnny.
And anyway, they called the ambulance, which took forever, and so they took the niece, who's a nurse, turned up, and she took her in a car straight to the hospital, and they've given her a pacemaker and a defibrillator under her skin if it happens again. I mean, and then that's the start, right? Then 2 days ago, my ex-wife's partner is taken ill, and she rings me because there's nobody around. The kids have gone to parties, and so I was the only one she could call. She only lives down the road, you see. So she said, "John, can you come? Something's happened to him." I said, "What do you mean?" "He's on the stairs and he can't move." I go down, he's on the stairs. She said, "He won't let me ring 999. I said, "Why not?" I said, "He's having a stroke. He couldn't move his arm, his leg." So I said, "You've got any aspirins?" He said, "Yes." So I whacked some aspirins in his mouth.
Right.
And then they called the ambulance. And they said, "Well, it's going to be some time now." I said, "Well, the guy's had a stroke." So I said, "Forget it." I said, so Owen and I manhandled him into the car, and they took him straight to the hospital. Anyway, touch wood, he's all right.
Wow.
But I mean, that's two. I'm going to have a big plaque put outside my door. Johnny Tudor, a resuscitation speciality.
Perhaps you could do something for my career.
Well, so
bring it back to life.
You've got to make most of every day because you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, and talking about that, because we didn't really get a chance to talk before Christmas. Sad passing of Ruth Maddock. You know, you'd known her all your life, hadn't you? Really, all your professional life.
I've known her since 1967, which is a few years. 55, is it?
Goodness me.
Anyway, I rang her 2 days before she died because she'd had this accident and fallen off the stage, I think, and broken the same leg that she did before when she had the accident over in Ireland. Mm-hmm. And she was right as rain and talking to me on the phone. She had a mobile. She said, "Oh, I'm waiting for them to do this operation. Are they going to put a plate in or something?" She said, I'll give you a bell when I can't do the panto. I've had to pull out of that," she said. "But I got this tour to do in the new year." Blow me if she doesn't make it. Wow. And having spoken now to Lowry, the daughter, I said, "What happened?" She said, "Well, I was there in the waiting room, and she went in with a broken leg, and then the man comes out and says, 'I'm sorry to inform you, but your mother hasn't made it.'" She said, "I just couldn't believe it." No. I said, "Well, I can't believe it either."
No.
And her funeral is next Monday, and I can't go because I won't be there.
Oh, right. Oh, that's so sad.
Not next Monday, week Monday, and I won't be back from Tenerife. I'm going to Tenerife on the night.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, that's so sad. I mean, and she was
so sad, isn't it?
Such a big character. And, you know, we always talk about people being fit, but, you know, she was, you know, she used to do dancing, singing, all that stuff. You don't expect some characters to ever leave, do you?
She was going to do a tour of with Paul Nicholas. They were going to do the thing about the Marigold Hotel on stage. And she had that all booked up to go. Wow. I mean, she loved being on the stage, you see. As I said to her when I spoke to her, "You shouldn't be doing this with us. You're breaking your blinking leg." I said, "Let's face it, we got to own up. We're not far off the big 8, I said. And, you know, you got to see." She said, "Oh, I love it. I love doing what I'm doing." Yeah. But, you know, sod's law, if she hadn't done it, she'd be here, wouldn't she?
And then would she be happy? You know, we talked about Stan as well, don't we? Stan was definitely a man who loved being on the stage, and that's the way he sort of went as well.
Well, that's right. I mean, he wouldn't have wanted to be a vegetable. No. You know, he wanted to be fit and on there with his guitar, and he did it till the end, like Ruth. So that's, you know, one good sign, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so Christmas with the grandchildren, it's nice that they've all gone back to school. I'm exhausted.
No, I got them today. Not back to school yet.
Oh my gosh!
But my daughter's gone to work, so they're upstairs playing hell with my wife. I had to go down to my daughter's house, which is about 1.25 miles away. Yeah. And one of the little girls, she's 8, she wanted to cycle back with me.
Right.
Because there's the cycle path all the way. So she cycled all the way back.
Oh, well done.
And the little one who's 5 has learned to ride now without the stabilizers. Yeah. So we had to bring her bike so she could practice on the block.
You know, all through Christmas, right, everybody's gone now. Just 5 minutes sitting on the sofa. Maybe a film on, not really watching, just dozing off. Ding dong! Hey, Baba! Is Baba home? Oh, great. Come in, everybody. Chocolates already. Anyway,
I know.
It was lovely. It's very.
Did you have a good day, though? Was it
great? Yeah, it was great. The boys are back from London, and lots of grandchildren in and out. So, yeah, we'd miss them if it wasn't like that, wouldn't we?
Well, that's right. I mean, we had 9 people all together.
Goodness me.
Emily Squires came.
You're right.
Because she lives down the road, and she's on her own. And my daughters and my son-in-law and the children and us.
And us. Great. Okay, so now then, that's 2022. And it was a good year all around, Johnny. We did lots of stuff.
Not bad.
You did some gigs.
Not bad.
I did some gigs.
How long did you see my film I made?
Fantastic. It's fantastic. You must be so pleased with it. It's still on the iPlayer, isn't it? Because it's like 30 days.
It's on iPlayer, yes, everywhere. Because my cousin in London, he saw it. Because everybody can get iPlayer.
Yeah.
But I was pleased with it because they were a great crew, great cast. You know, I just enjoyed doing it.
Yeah. And that is what you do. You know, that's
what we do.
And great. And do you think it'll lead to anything else? Do you think, because that's the thing with these things. We put it out. It's a bit like buying a lottery ticket every gig we do, isn't it? You think, wonder if somebody will watch this.
Exactly.
Will somebody?
You just do, but you do it because you like it.
Yeah.
I mean, if something comes from it, that's a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Plans. Yeah. Plans for 2023. What have you got up your sleeve this year then? Bit of a holiday.
Nothing in the book.
Nothing in the book. Oh, John Tudor is available for bookings. Get in touch with me as agent.
I'm going on holiday next week.
Okay.
So
a little bit of holiday. But things that you'd like to do. I mean, the show has been going well. The things like when you go down to Penarth, that's nice. The afternoon show.
Oh yeah, all the gigs were great. Yeah, they did. The guy that I did the gig for, he said they're doing something in Dinnisbrows. They have a music festival in the summer, I think.
Lovely.
And he said, have you got anything else? Because I've done 2 for him now. One was the old time, not the Bless Them All, and one was just my spot, my act, which ran about an hour and a bit. Okay. Yeah. So I said, well, if you want something different, I used to do a show about Frankie Vaughan's life, Yeah. But I said I used 2 girls as the backing singers. They do the case. Well, that sounds good. He said, I'll put it up to them. So fingers crossed that might come off. And I'll do that.
I know all about that summer celebration in Dinnisbrows. I agreed to do charity things months in advance, and it turned out it was the same date that Elton John came down to the Liberty Stadium in 2008. I spent the afternoon with him. He said, enjoy the show. I said, I can't stay to see the show, Elton, because I've been booked for the Dinnisbrows Sunday celebration summer festival. I couldn't believe it. I had to leave Elton John. I saw the first song. Great seats with the tent where they're doing all the mixing. I had to go and get my car and drive to Dinnisbrows and sing 2 or 3 songs.
That's it.
I must admit, I did have a strong word with the Almighty about that on my way back.
You say that something very similar happened to me one New Year's Eve.
Right?
Was it New Year? No, it wasn't New Year's Eve. It was just before. No, it was in the summer. Sorry, I'd done a gig in the Grosvenor House for the Sportsman's Aid Society. Oh. Okay. And a guy came up to me in the audience. I may have told you the story. And he was the manager of the Colony Club in London.
Right.
And at the time, George Raft was involved with it.
Mafia. The Mafia. No, allegedly the Mafia. No,
allegedly. And he said, you want to come back with me and meet George? He could do a lot for you, he said, blah, blah, blah. I said, I can't. I said, I got to drive to Rill. I said, I got to open the summer show with Lonnie Donegan till next week. And I got to go to rehearsals. And I thought to myself, what would have happened? He may have taken me to Vegas. Mind you, I'd have probably owed the boys. So
yeah. I've got a stone in my shoe. Perhaps you can help get rid of the stone in my shoe. Yeah. It is funny, isn't it? But the thing is, you make a commitment and
do it.
Hell or high water, you get through it. It's it's a big year for me next year, Johnny. It's my 50th anniversary of signing my first record deal. 50th year since I sent a tape to John Peel, 1973. 50 years since I signed to Elton John, October the 3rd. So I think I'm going to do a big concert on October the 3rd to I'm going to say celebrate.
Whereabouts you doing it?
Commiserate. It'll probably be Swansea. It'll probably be the Grand Theatre.
But if you want a backup singer, I'll come and do my spot.
You can do 20 minutes. Yeah,
I'll do 20 minutes.
Fantastic.
I'll do a song and a dance here.
Ladies and gentlemen, come on in.
You know what?
Yeah.
Talking about big days, it's my big 80 coming up.
Johnny, I can't believe that.
Did you see that the program about Howard Gwynfryn the other day? They did a program all about him being 80.
Right.
I've sent you a picture. Well, it's a small video. I've sent it to you on WhatsApp.
Right.
Alwyn went to do this, and they did a whole half an hour about him. And Alwyn had worked with him, and so did I in the past. But I didn't expect to see me because I wasn't involved. She went and did some voiceover work saying about Howell and how we did da-da-da. And then it showed me tap dancing with him. I was teaching him a tap routine on some program.
Wow.
I've sent it to you anyway. It's on your WhatsApp.
I'll have a little look. No, I bumped into Howell quite a few times up to Christmas. Working at BBC Radio. He's still as enthusiastic. He still works quite as hard as he ever did.
Oh, I know. And he writes books, and he's broadcast. Well, he's been in the business 50 years, the same as all of us.
Yeah.
He's been working for the BBC 50 years.
Yeah.
I did my first gig in the BBC in what was it? Forgot the date now. Early 60s.
Goodness.
Anyway, it's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we go in and out of the Beeb. My father worked for the Beeb. Alwyn's mother worked for the Beeb. And we used to pass like ships in the night. I didn't meet Alwyn until much later.
Yeah.
And yet, with we are on this program we did yonks ago, we didn't see each other, didn't meet each other.
Isn't that amazing? And the funny thing is, we talk about Ruth and Stan and all of that, but I sort of sometimes feel sorry for people who've had real jobs. I feel jealous of their pension. But I feel sorry because quite a lot of them sort of just retire, don't they? They just retire, and you think, well, what are you going to do now? Play a bit of golf.
The thing is, we as you know, it's hand to mouth, isn't it? Show business. You're either working or you're not. But there's always something to look. I'm going to do something, and you get self-preservation somewhere. You self-motivate, don't you?
Self-motivation. That's
but if
right.
you're going 9 till 5, it's you're going to work now, and I do it. I get home and I make it, and I go to bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more exciting. There come times when you got no money, but I mean, that's the game.
It was funny. I was talking to somebody because I look after one of the lounges at Swansea City, and so people see me there in a suit, and I say, very good afternoon, welcome to Swansea City, nice to have your company. Can I take your coat, sir? Yes, the menu's on the table. And then he said to me, so what do you do? I said, well, I don't know, really. I do lots of stuff. He said, but Monday morning now, what do you do? I said, well, I'll have to think of something. I'll have to come up with a plan. I'll have to come up with a project, and it was really hard for somebody who has a proper business, proper job to actually understand how we go. All right, I'm going to write a book, Johnny. I'm going to do this, Johnny. Johnny thinks I'm going to do some gigs. So it is funny, isn't it? It's a funny way to live.
It's like people going on about, it used to be a job for life. It's never been a job for life for us. It's from day to day. No. We either working or we're not.
No, exactly. A number of times.
And touch wood, I've been lucky, and so have you.
Yeah.
And I think talent does come into it a bit.
Well,
but a lot of luck in our game as well.
A lot of persistence, perseverance, and
tenacity.
Yeah, there was a lovely lad called Alan Thompson who used to work at the BBC, and he said, the thing I like about you, I've always liked about you, and I thought, is it going to be my songwriting or the way I play the guitar or the piano or my voice? I see, the thing I really liked about you is you never gave in. You never gave in.
That's right. You mustn't give in.
You mustn't give in, never surrender. And, maybe that's our motto for 2023. I've got a flashing light
never
here
in.
That's trying its best to give in. Johnny, so I'll have to have a look at that once we finish.
Do you remember a harpist called Susan Drake?
No.
Very good harpist she was. And I did a series with her back in I think it was the one that Ruth Maddock and I did back in 1968, 67. Anyway, having said, what I like about you, she said, do you know what I like about you, John? I said, what? She said, you hit the note right in the middle. You do not slide up to it like some of these singers. Thank you very much. Right in the middle, she said.
Right on the nose. Right on the nose. All right, Johnny. Well, look, we might not speak for another couple of weeks, but at least we've got 2023 up and running. And,
yes, I'll give you a bell when I'm back from my holidays, and we'll get something else all over.
Terrific, man. All right, well, look, lots of love to Alwyn. Have a great little break because you deserve it, and then we'll go all guns blazing into 2023 in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to write musicals.
Let's make a list. Let's make a list. We could do it all. All right, boy. You take care. So we're back. We are back. Mal&Johnny Show. We were off for a couple of weeks because we were closed for Christmas, stock fortnight, and we've got another couple of weeks off. But we will be back. 2023. It's our year, Johnny. Let's do it.
It's our year. We're going to be famous.
Infamous.
It's
goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from you.
Cheerio. Bye-bye.
Ta-da, ta-da.